What is up, everybody? This is Verdict, and thank you so much for stopping by. My last Succession Mystic guide was an absolute success, and much has changed since then. In fact, so much that we had to really think about making an updated one, so here we are, Succession Mystic PvE Guide 2024. As the title suggests, this will be a PvE guide, but I will be mentioning a little bit of PvP here as well. Let's start by talking about what Succession Mystic is and rating her over in the various types of content in Black Desert. Succession Mystic is a DPS-oriented specialization that focuses and capitalizes in long-term combat. She is not a burster, rather a consistent high-damage dealer. This is a key to understanding her in PvE scene. I would personally rate her anywhere within the A to A+ tier as of now, overall, with one or two maybe spots in the endgame where she could be a low S tier. Mobility-wise, Succession Mystic is a short-term rapid character. She goes really fast for a little bit and then depends on a mixture of low mobile spells to get around places. Luckily, the entire specialization has really short cooldowns, so that's quite manageable. In terms of tankiness, she is absolutely great. Mystic in general is a tank class. We have a DP passive and super spammy forward guards plus heal Shards spanners abilities, which create quite a little bit of comfort. So of course, the main question when people want to get to know Mystic is, well, what are the prerequisites? What must I cover? Are there any special things? How's her accuracy? Should you be DR or evasion, critical hit rate? What does she depend on in general? And luckily for us, Succession Mystic is not a restricting class to start with, even though her playstyle is complicated. We have a 12% accuracy buff from Nature's Wrath, or a bomb skill, a -9% evasion debuff from Thunder Pound, which is a combo, and of course the 5% accuracy and minus evasion from the add-ons. You'll never feel the need to have accuracy with this class in PvE. Mystic also has a full crit cap, so no death blow or any specific artifact. On the topic of DR versus evasion, for PvE, DR is 100% the recommended choice. PvP wise, Mystic is not a great class to play right now until her extreme endgame, where your evasion could start to pick up and trade-off damage to defensive is not that challenging to get through. To summarize, it doesn't matter what gear your main has, this class can make it work with ease. Mystic locks a lot of skills, so that's a flaw in the class design which Pearl Abyss have put onto us. Go through these, lock them, and forget they exist for the purpose of PvE ever. Add-ons on a DPS class only really matter at the start of the rotation, since we'll go through all of these abilities in rapid succession. It's not the add-ons that matter, it's which skills we rotate. That's probably going to be a new theme for you in Black Desert. Learning her passive and spending shards might be a little bit complicated for you at the start. To keep things extremely simple, after you cast an ability, 2 other abilities of prime level will give you enough shards to cast another fully charged spender. I do not wish to go in detail on Martial Spirit, the passive, so I've summarized it as such, but there are some exceptions to this rule, and these are the ones which you have to learn. Since we're a DPS class, we want to spend the least time between spenders while having all our important self buffs present at 100%. Our Sweeping Kick provides AP, and Crouching Wolf provides 10% attack speed at 0 shards or 20% at 3 shards. You want to keep these up 24/7. If accuracy is needed, use Nature's Wrath in all the respectable buffing and debuffing. Understanding the rotation. Mystic wants to spend as little time between cooldowns as possible. You'll have to learn which abilities pair up the fastest with our spenders. I must warn you though, there is not such a thing for her as an infinite combo rotation. These things always fail, and in general my opinion is that they are a bait. After learning the basic fundamentals, you must adapt and make combat decisions while grinding with a class like Succ Mystic. Intuition is a key part of her. Otherwise, I'll have to type down a 3-page rotation essay, which will get us pretty much nowhere. But here's the thing, I can still give you examples of how things chain really well. I can still give you these really neat rotations that are going to set you up for success. And let's do that right now. A great start pre-buff combo based on my add-ons would be to start with Sweeping Kick into a Thunder Pound, into a Tornado, into Hidden Claw, Crouching Wolf, and a Roaring Tiger. From this point onward, it's all about managing generators and spending by knowing the fastest links and cancels. The up above will pre-buff you to an entirety. You will not really need anything on the target or onto yourself. And one of the exceptions which I spoke about earlier, which is going to override the 3 ability and rapid succession rule, is Hidden Claw. It will generate full shards due to the number of hits after every spender. This is that martial spirit thing which I wanted to avoid. It's not the numbers of ability, it's how much hits the abilities land. And there are some exceptions to this rule. Let me give you an example rotation that will do you well for many purposes. Start with a Soul Basher, into a Tornado, into a Sweeping Kick, Thunder Pound, Rage Hammer, Hidden Claw, into a Roaring Tiger, Hurricane Kick, Tornado, and Wave Orb. Another example that you could use, Soul Basher or Thunder Pound into a Sweeping Kick, Hurricane Kick, Tornado, Crouching Wolf, Roaring Tiger, Hidden Claw, Wave Orb, into Thunder Pound, Fist Fury, Rage Hammer, Hidden Claw, Roaring Tiger. So far, this will get you really far ahead into learning the chains. I've tailored these specific combos so that you grasp the fundamentals of it. This is not me showing you how to play at the extreme endgame. This is me teaching you the ropes, or the important cancels, the important fast links and chains that you really have to know, and you will use these quite often. Let's talk about mobility and positioning with this class. Pressing backwards key after Crouching Wolf sends you a little bit back, and it's even an iframe. This is something that you'll be using for PvE and PvP all the time. The ability Mass Destruction is going to be your best friend. You will use this on and on and on. Let's talk about a few mobility combos. If you've been a fan of this channel, you probably know the first one, but let's go through it. Start with Perfect Blow, which is a rebound skill, into a very fast dash and an elbow edge. This is kind of the burstiest movement that Mystic has, and you will be using this in PvE and even in PvP as well. Another really good thing is to learn how to abuse the elevation of Twisted Collision into Sea Burial. If you start Twisted and then use Sea Burial, you can do a landslide 2 hits into a Sky Rammer with a little bit of delay onto the Sky Rammer that will get you up higher than usual, and you could use this into pretty much any purposes, any elevation that you feel like you have to go through. A really good backwards mobility combo that I use all the time is to go through a Crouching Wolf, then press the S key to go backwards into a Hidden Claw and canceling it instantly. This is a very good and protected backwards combo which I use all the time. Another one is, I would like to call this a positioning combo. It's going to be a dash. We're going to tilt the camera a little bit onto the sides, do a Mass Destruction, cancel it into a Hidden Claw, and continue it or cancel it depending on the situation. And of course, let's talk about gearing and crystals. Crystals are standard with Succession Mystic, they really are. It's max AP with a little recommendation of spots with low AP caps to use 2x Glorious Ulukas for the 2% extra attack speed. She is really thirsty for attack speed this class. Gearing, as we said earlier, is pretty straightforward for the PvE oriented player. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I wanted to keep this as tidy as possible and to show you all the ropes into more detail with future videos. It's something that this channel is very famous about, the Mystic content, both Succession and Awakening. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you soon.